All right, we're ready for Nutrition Prep School, day 1, and I am going to show you this morning how we are going to use those nifty little containers that we talked about in our prep stuff in the prep course. So I shared out with you what each of these containers mean, the equivalent measures for each of them when we are considering how in the world do we fill our plates? How do we do that? So, first and foremost, make sure you are familiar what each of these containers are. Your purple container is for your fruits, your green container for your vegetables, your red is for your proteins, yellows are for your carbohydrates, blues, healthy fats, and the orange container is for your seeds, your dressings, and all that good stuff. You also need to have handy a 1 teaspoon, not tablespoon, teaspoon measure. So it's a little tiny guy. So hopefully all of your kitchens are equipped with one of those. So I am going to show you this morning, I hope it's helpful, how I use these containers to plate my breakfast each morning. And I would love to show you like video tutorials of how I'm plating every single meal. So we're just going to start here with breakfast, and throughout the next few weeks, I will be sure to share more examples of using containers to plate your meal. But we are going to get started with breakfast, and we're going to keep it simple with something that you can easily measure. It's kind of like the no-brainers of what we can measure with these containers. Obviously, your purple container for your fruit, well, I am going to take my fruit of choice for breakfast, which is berries today, and I'm going to fill my purple containers with my berries until it's full, all the way to the top. Don't skip out on it. Your body, actually, guys, these containers are designed the way they are because they are the proper amount of that micronutrient that you need in your body to fuel your body properly from your workouts and from your nutrition. So you can see I filled this guy up to the top, and you better believe I'm going to enjoy every last bite of these berries. So look at this. My little cup is overfilling with that container. And you can see too, like I'm not putting these containers on my plate or even eating out of them. I'm just using them for their measurement tool and making my plate look really, really pretty. I think there's also something about having a beautiful, healthy looking plate in front of you that makes you want to eat it. Now, I do want to talk about those things though, that maybe you're like, all right, well, I made an egg casserole. How in the world do I possibly think about it? It has vegetables inside. I know eggs are the right container, but like, how do I measure that? Well, I look at the serving size. So I know my casserole that I created serves 4. So when it was done baking, I actually took a pizza cutter and I divided it equally into 4 slices. I like my veggies to look like a pizza, so I did it in like diagonals. But you could do it straight across 4 pieces. And I know that this is proper portion because I know 2 eggs is a red container. So 2 eggs is equivalent to one of our red protein containers. So that means if I use 8 eggs total in this recipe, 8 divided by 4 is 2. That's 2 containers. So this serving, it would be a 1/4 of this pizza pie. Now, what about the veggies? You might be thinking, how do you count that up as a container count? Well, I use a total. When I created this recipe, I actually used my green container and have a total of 2 cups of onion and pepper inside this frittata. So that means that 2 divided by 4, or 4 divided by 2, there's 4 servings. I use 2 total cups. That means I have a half serving, just a half, not even a whole serving of a green container in there. So that means that I have in my slice of pie that I'm going to go ahead and slice out now, I have 1 red and 1/2, 0.5 green. Okay, so I have that now on my plate with my fruit. Now, also, I'm gonna have a carbohydrate with my breakfast, but obviously, guys, my bagel thin, okay, I love these. These are from Trader Joe's, by the way. They have them at a lot of places. It's a whole wheat bagel thin. Obviously, that doesn't fit in my container. Does that mean I can't eat it? No, of course not. There are going to be, these containers are great for things like granola and rice and all those grains, but things like breads and bagels, I follow the serving size on the back. It says this specific bagel thin, since it's a thin one, says I can have a whole bagel. But when you look at your nutrition guide, you might see a bagel, you can only have a half. Well, that would be like a full bagel, okay? So if you have a whole wheat bagel, which they're out there, but like a real bagel, like a New York style, like nice thick guy bagel, then you can only eat half of it. So you'd save half for now, have half for tomorrow as a proper serving. So just pay attention to those things. But this is a bagel thin. One serving of a bagel thin is 110 calories. That's a proper portion for your yellow container. So I can go ahead and I'm gonna pop this in the toaster and I'm gonna have this whole bagel thin with my breakfast. Now I like to top my bagel either with a natural peanut butter, or even, guys, you can sell butter. This is Earth Balance Organic Whipped. It's non-GMO, it's organic, it's vegan, it's a really great butter alternative. So there are great butter alternatives out there. And the most important thing, so you can still have these like fatty things, but you just have to be really, really mindful of the portion. That is the key. So instead of smearing like tablespoons and tablespoons of butter or peanut butter, or getting out your spoon and literally just eating a spoonful of peanut butter, I know that is totally my weakness. This is where I go wrong. This is totally what I did wrong in the past, is definitely with these spoons. I'm gonna use my tablespoon, and then I will get my knife and I will use this proper portion, and that's all I'm gonna take to butter my bagel when it is done in the toaster. Same goes, guys, just word of mouth. I just have some bananas laying here. Obviously, things like bananas or a whole apple don't fit into the containers, just like our bread. So things like that, you would refer to your guide, and I will share that out with you, our fridge guide, and know like things like, or even clementines. Like you can have 2 clementines for a serving, or 1 small apple, or 1/2 of a large banana. So there are helpful tools there for those pesky little things that we eat, and the casseroles and things like that that don't necessarily fit into our containers. So hopefully that was a great start for you guys to help understand how we would utilize and plate a meal for using these containers. I will say too that this works the same way for To Be Mindset. So if you are following the To Be Mindset, you would follow Alana's plated method, and you would want 1/2 of your servings. This would work perfect for your breakfast. You have half of your plate filled with protein in the egg, and the other half is filled with your FFCs, with your fruit and with your bagel. My bagel's ready now, so we can put this on our plate. With your bagel, you have perfect half FFCs, half proteins, and those veggies are always just extra credit, and they're always able to be a part of your meals in the To Be Mindset. So I would love to hear feedback from you. Was this video helpful, and what is it that you struggle with most when it comes to using your containers? And we will go from there. Have a good one, guys.